Welcome to Books, Kids, and Creations, a part of the Authors on the Air Global Radio Network. I'm your host, Tracy Bloom, and I feature people who inspire and uplift future generations with their work. And today, I am thrilled to be interviewing Emmy Award-winning educator and artist Mark Kistler. Thank you so much.
Yay!
You can already see on the screen some of your incredible work. I always like to just jump right in and ask people how they got started. I would imagine that you probably had some pretty cool parents growing up or someone that inspired you to start drawing.
My mom. I grew up with my mom, single parent with 4 kids, and she was so supportive of me and my passion for drawing. I knew that I wanted to be a cartoonist and illustrator ever since I was, oh my goodness, earliest age. My mom has shared stories of me when I was growing up, when I was a baby, while just crawling around. I somehow got a jar of peanut butter and a toothbrush, and I was painting the kitchen floor. And that's one of my early stories from drawing. And then one of my mom's stories of me was sitting, this is way back. I'm grandpa now. So back in the late 60s or mid 60s, the last century. This is when they used to have clamp-on seats. No, not clamp-on seats. That was when that was in the 2000s. This is when they had high chairs, an actual chair. And so I was sitting in the high chair with the tray, and I was drawing with my fingers and all the mashed potatoes, getting them everywhere. So those are the two earliest memories. My mom knew I was going to be an artist. And growing up, my brother and I, we shared a room. We had actually I had four brothers growing up, well, 3 brothers and myself, and 3 sisters. And so we were in a small house in Southern California, and in our room we had 2 bunk beds. And this, my sisters, they had 2 bunk beds for them, and my me and my 2 brothers, my youngest brother and I were the artists. We loved to draw. And so my mom gave us permission and encouraged us to draw on the walls, because we really wanted to draw some kind of a giant mural with all kinds of cool, crazy stuff. And so we did this wonderful, like, secret worlds all over the room. And I remember I mentioned this story during my early TV show in the 1980s. I did a TV show in 1985, if you can see that right there, called The Secret City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is a lot of grandparents would remember that one. This is from 1985. And during that TV series on public television, I was, I was like 19, 20 years old. I was a young whippersnapper. And I encouraged the kids to draw on the walls like I did growing up. Wow. Oh, my goodness. The mail we got from across the country, parents saying, what in the world Commander Mark is telling our kids to draw on the walls? So we right away, whenever I mentioned the murals, this it's called the Secret City mural, the never-ending mural of ideas and imagination and creative discovery. I always had to preface it with, okay, with your parents' permission, hang paper up and then draw on the wall, do a mural. So that's fun. That has come in a very important lesson. Like nowadays, now that I'm Zooming so much, doing my Zoom classes and my Zoom school assemblies around the world, I'm able to Zoom, which is really cool. But before I mentioned to go to YouTube or go to my website or go to my Draw 3D site with your parents' permission. Always saying with your parents' permission. So now it's like ingrained in my my teaching vernacular. So this is how when I started teaching. Well, actually, I started teaching when I was 14 years old. I was a freshman in high school, and I just loved to draw. And I wanted everybody, all my peers had jobs right after school, and so I wanted to get a job. And I I thought, you know what, I want to do something unusual. So I started teaching once a week after school classes at the Parks and Recreation. And this is there really is are classes that are being held at Parks and Recreation. Well, this is back in 1984, maybe 83. And I started my first class at Parks and Recreation. I loved it. I just loved it. I had 10 kids. I was like 14. I was a kid myself, 15. And I was using a chalkboard to teach drawing back then. And I would teach them drawing lessons, and they would love it. And then I got maxed the class out, I think at 12, and then I had to open up another class. And within about a year, I had, and then I got my driver's license. So I must have been when I was 16, and so I was able to drive. And I had so much fun. I got two cities a day, Monday through Friday, after high school, after class. I was doing. Now this was not during the swim season, because I was a big swimmer, and so I had to teach my classes around the swimming. But that's when I was in 10 cities plus another city on Saturday mornings. So I was in 11 cities. This
Wow.
young whippersnapper. Yeah, I look back now and I go, where did I get the energy?
Right.
You know, but that during that time, that's when I loved it. I think I loved the teaching as much, if not more, than the drawing. You can see from my illustration. I love to draw. And um, if we have time, we'll do a little doodle together.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that would be really fun. But that when during that time period when I was 16, 17 years old, um, I read a book, The Magic of Thinking Big, uh, by I think it was Norman Vincent Peale, and then the book Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, right? And I remember reading that book and going, boy, this guy sure is obsessed about money.
Right.
And but I thought, you know what? It makes a lot of sense about what you think about all day long and what you set your goals for. You can achieve anything with your intelligent hard work, planning and dreaming and passion. So I got that from it. But I uh I just thought, well, if I replace that idea about making billions of teaching a million kids, look, I can do a lot of good. And I'm sure that a million kids, their families want to pay me $1 a piece to learn to draw. So I figured I'd make, how's that for kind of around the
There
way.
you go.
So I set a goal to teach a million kids how to draw before I was 21, and it's a wonderful story. But I mean, actually, before I was 18, I missed that goal. When I was 18, I'd only got to like 410,000 kids or something, which
Really.
is wow, right? But back then I was pretty devastated. Oh no, I missed my goal.
Yeah.
But I remember my parents uh, really ingraining into me that it's the journey, it's the process, it's the adventure. But it's important to have the goal, the passion, and it's important to be uh, uh, flexible. You're going to come up. Your life is all over the place. You're getting from A to B, but it's not. You're going to be going all over the place, backwards, forwards. And so my parents said, readjust your goal. You give yourself credit where it's due. You worked really hard, and readjust your goal. So I changed the goal to 21, teach a million kids to draw before I was 21. And I mean, we're talking about a spiral life journey. Uh, during that time, I was going to San Diego State University. I was driving ambulances. I was still teaching my classes, but I loved the medical, the ambulance world. So I did that. It's just, how you are when you're,
Well, I mean, because you got to
uh,
earn a living too.
yeah. I worked in a toy store building skateboards and tricycles, still drawing, I was just, it was
Yeah.
a, how but we keeping the goal. I finally, I did get the goal before I was 21. I was sure this is when I was chosen to do this TV show of Secret City. And in that course, we got, it was aired during the summer of my 21st birthday and got to millions, millions and millions of kids. And then this was 1985. In 1995, I did another TV series on PBS called Imagination Station. This one right here, your parents might know it. This is 1985 or 1995. We actually won the Emmy for that one. See that Emmy right there? So what a coincidence. I just happened to have the Emmy over my shoulder.
Of course. I
Yeah,
mean, if
what
I had an
what
Emmy,
oh
it's there.
what a coincidence. It's right there. My goodness. So since this is a podcast that you're going to be introducing children and parents to my materials and my philosophy, my teaching, um, I'm real honored to be able to be on here with you and be able to hopefully ignite some of your listeners and viewers goals and dreams. Dreams do come true. They do. It just takes a lot of work, and you share your dreams, share your mission with people around you. People love to lift up a dreamer. They love to support um, someone with a mission and passion. I've had a lot of people help me. A lot of people help me reach my goal of teaching millions of kids how to draw. And here I am like that. Now, that was when I was 15, 16, 19, 20, 21. Now I'm turning 60. You can see on my Santa beard, and I'm a grandpa, and I wouldn't want to do anything else. I still love to draw. So I
What?
guess I should probably let you ask a question.
Well, I have so many, but I mean, you answered a lot of the ones that I was curious about, but did you just find that you were a natural for it, or did you take any kind of formal education or classes?
I have always loved to draw, as I said, from the high chair. I just love to draw. When I was young, I loved the Flintstones. I loved and I would get any coloring book by the Flintstones, and I would copy and trace. Yes, I traced and I copied every Flintstone picture, and I loved anything with Disney. Dr. Seuss. I love Dr. Seuss, and I probably copy and traced all the way up through my. I still look and study pictures. That after all these years, I really don't need to trace anymore. But I still think tracing is a wonderful way to build confidence and skill. There's a you anybody who can write their name can draw in 3D. Okay, anybody who can make a line, pick up a pencil and you can draw. It's just a matter of learning these basic fundamentals. And I was lucky. I had tremendous art teachers when I was younger. The very influential, or the main influential art teacher that I learned how to draw with, Bruce McIntyre. When I was elementary and junior high school, into high school, and when I was in high school, Mr. John Goddard, and when I was in college, I had many art teachers in college, and all of them inspired me. But what's funny is I really annoyed every one of them because all I wanted to do was pencil draw. That's all I wanted to do. And they were really encouraging me to expand, to do watercolor, to do acrylic painting like you in the back. I have not, and never really explored that. I did read pen and ink and watercolor for a while. I just, everybody has uh, their likes, and I really, really, really am passionate about the pencil drawing. So that's why all of my books are the pencil drawings. And
You have lots of books, and you've sold millions of your books.
I'd say just over a million. That'd be great. Millions. It sounds good.
Over a million.
But yeah, this is the new one. This is the new one, the half hour pencil power. This is the most recent one that's out, and it's a wonderful one. My best selling book is You Can Draw in 30 Days. This one, if any of your kids or families want to start with a book, this is a wonderful one. You Can Draw in 30 Days. Make sure there's another book that came out recently that's titled similar to it, and I've had a lot of my readers are saying, "Hey, we got your book and it doesn't have your drawings in it." And I said, "Well, does it have the eye on the cover?" So just if you want my book, get the eye on the cover. You Can Draw in 30 Days. And this has been out for many years. And then this one it's just wonderful. It has all kinds of course, I'm going to say it's wonderful. I wrote it, right? and then there's the You Can Draw in 30 Seconds. I self-published this. This is on Amazon. It's a wonderful drawing. I talked about those words of drawing, that the 12 basic fundamentals of drawing. This is drawing in 3D. This is on Amazon. This is another oldie but goodie. This has so many. Look at that. Look at the little birds,
I love it.
and look at the elephants. That's a fun one. Elephants walking.
Man, you're good.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So there's that one, and then oh, here, this is fun. This is you can draw in no, you can draw in 30 minutes. This is the Japanese version.
Oh, right.
Isn't that fun? I get different languages on the books, so I think that's fun to see. And here's Imagination. We actually made a TV series out of this one. There's Imagination Station right there. And this TV series is actually on Amazon Prime Video. Okay, so I'll zoom that in. You can draw with me on Prime Video. And the whole point, everything that I'm trying to do through my books and my Zoom drawing, Amazon Prime, my TV series, and on all my endeavors is to I got to put the books back up so they won't fall over. Is to get the kids, get the parents, get the grandparents to draw in 3D. See, if I ask most people to draw me a house, most people will draw me a nice little house like this right here, like this. Right. It's a good house. You can tell it's a house. Now, the whole point of drawing in 3D is to communicate what you're talking about, what you have in your mind, and what you see in the world around you. So I'm saying house. Well, this house right here wins at Pictionary, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I always lost at Pictionary. I was always the last one chosen for Pictionary. I know it's strange, Mr. Pencil Draw of the Planet, but I wanted to draw like this. I wanted to draw, and this wins at Pictionary, right? So you can see this is an effective drawing. That's a good house. It communicates, okay? What I want to do is give the children, give the students, give the parents, give the aunts, uncles, grandparents the confidence and the skill to draw a 3D house like that, okay? Flat to 3D. Give them the confidence and the choice. If I ask folks to draw me a donut, most folks would draw me a bagel, a car tire. It's fine. It communicates. It wins at Pictionary. But what I want to do is give the folks skill, the confidence, and the desire to draw a delicious icing covered drawing. Yeah. And the way we do that is we just practice these words that I talk about. They practice by drawing every day. So with your parents' permission, if your children are watching this, you can follow me and I guess subscribe to me on YouTube. I go live often. I have hundreds of videos. Click the live button. You'll see a lot of my live recordings. I do go live. So if you subscribe, do that. And be sure, if you guys like this idea of drawing and drawing really what you have in your imagination, watch my Amazon Prime. I have this wonderful family website called draw3d.com. Has over 400 how to draw lessons. And I think there's about 10 of them are free, maybe more, but there's over 400 lessons. And during the school year, I go live Zooms every night, 6:30 Central. Not every night. It's Turbo Tuesdays, once a week, every week, I should say. Turbo Tuesdays. And so the families of Draw 3D get a live Zoom with me each week. Now, before the pandemic, I was visiting schools and art museums and comic conventions all over the world. Yeah, I would do almost 150 days a year, traveling around, going to elementary schools, doing assemblies. It was so much fun. I've been doing 4,000 schools I've been to literally after hundreds of schools a year. Well, then since the pandemic, March 20th, 2020, when the whole world shut down, I went to teaching Zoom, and that's how my son and I are actually collaborated. My 21-year-old special ability son, he and I, we basically created this book together. He being my co-pilot on these half-hour pencil power. Well, I also transitioned from doing in-person school assemblies where I'd have 800, 1,000 kids in a theater drawing with me
Right.
to doing Zoom, which was a, a wild learning curve, but I loved it. I loved it because just like you, I can see you, I can see your expressions. Now imagine this with, you know, 20 classrooms, 1,000 kids, where I could zoom in on different classrooms or different laptops, before the now I'm doing Zooms and there's class, they're back in the class, but
Right.
before there would be 800 separate logins. So um, that's that's a very subtle plug saying, hey, you guys can have me come to your school, teachers and you parents.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do. It's an hour-long interactive school assembly.
So
Go to my website. My website's right here at markkistler.com. Well, how original, how unique. And I would love to come in person. I just started this year back. I've been to New York and I've been to California and New Mexico and Chicago, going to schools. I'd love to come to your school. So if any parents out there want
so
me to come to school, I would love to.
well, I mean, I have my paper ready
All right.
here, and also
Well,
I brought my own little oil pastels if I want to color, and then I
oh, you can. Well, that'll be good. I say we're gonna draw this toucan right here.
oh my
Now, but I just want to show you what we do. Keep in mind that making mistakes is okay. All
okay.
right, no stress. See that right there? This is the stress bus. Okay, that's a stress bus. We're not going to no stress. So I need you to wave goodbye to the stress bus. Say bye bye, stress bus. Bye bye. Beep, 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 beep. I want you to give yourself, anybody watching, I want you to give yourself the license to flop.
I
The
like
license to flop. Okay. Now you see this? Now you have to fail to succeed. You see that? You have to fail. You have to strike out before you hit a home run. So
that.
take a piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it about right here in the middle. I want to draw a branch. Okay, let's just draw a branch right here in the middle. See that? I'll just do a 3-section. This is called tapering. The branch right here. Look at this. It starts thick and it gets a little bit thinner and thinner still. See that? I'm tapering and I darken that in a little bit. So I'm just going to draw this branch. So what we're drawing, let's go to our source. See this? We drew the branch, and now I'm going to block in the shape of the toucan, and I'm going to draw this toucan. I'll make my toucan kind of chubby. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, I didn't give myself much room. I left too much room down here. And this toucan from the top, I'm going to block in. Now, see how I'm starting very light, light, light. Okay. Remember, give yourself permission to make mistakes. I start drawing really light, sketchy, sketchy, very light. And I'm going to block this in right here. Watch this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to draw the toucan's beak. Now, you know what? I don't like that beak. I think that beak is too small. I want to make it much bigger. So look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to come out here. I want to draw a little bigger beak. See that? No problem, no panic. I just took my eraser and you can see, you can adjust and you can erase. And then I'm still drawing light. You see, I'm drawing light, curving contour. You see what we're doing? We're shaping it in. Then I'm going to put the wings overlapping. I'm going to curve it. I'm going to detail the eyes overlapping. We're going to use a lot of what I call the 12 Renaissance words. All right. Now coming down from the back, we're going to follow that. We're going to draw the tail. You see what I did? Very light. We're going to darken it later. All right, now I'm going to push harder. Look at this. I'm drawing dark. Draw the near eye right here. And then take your pencil and darken that in back behind here. Isn't that wonderful? Aren't you having fun?
This is
Take this and let's look at this. Now I'm going to darken in. I'm taking this. I'm going to darken it in now. I'm pushing hard. See? I'm darkening it in here. You can see already, bam, we got the beak. We have the eyes.
Mark, you're like a children's book author's dream person to know because illustrations are always the hardest part of the books.
Oh, I think the illustrations are the most important part of any
Yeah.
book, but of course, that's coming from a visual artist, right?
Right.
All right, so now look at this. I overlap the wing, the near wing right here. See that? Now, I'm gonna take the fingers and feathers. You see what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I got inspired from the folks who animated that big Chicken Little and Chicken Run. They took the chicken feathers and made them into fingers. I
Yeah.
love that, and I love that. So, see that? I put that wing. It's in front. You see, and then right here, I'm gonna curve. I'm gonna curve these here. Now I'm gonna go kind of fast and I want you to your viewers to know you can if you're drawing with me, I love it. You can go to my draw3d.com site and you can draw this one a little bit slower. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do go through some of these drawings, but this is oh, this summer for your families, uh you go to my draw3d site or markkistler.com. Can you put
Yeah.
that on your web podcast, my website?
Yep, we're gonna have it pop up
Okay.
and we'll have it up there.
Well, I have my summer camps. I have summer camps starting next week. I'm actually
Oh,
traveling to Fort Wayne, Indiana,
okay.
and I'm going to be at the art museum there at Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I'll be drawing slower, I promise. But I'm going to be doing virtual. If you're not in Indiana, you can log in virtually with me. This is size. See, it gets smaller as it moves away. Here's contour. See that?
Yeah.
See what I did? See how it curves away? This is our goal. We want to make this illusion of these tail feathers curving around right here. Isn't that fun?
Love it.
And we have a whole day of drawing tropical animals at my summer camp. I'll be going to South Carolina. I'll be going to Northern California. I'll be in Houston, Texas,
Nice.
and coming up this summer out in live. But you can always draw with me virtually. Okay, you go to my website, which is markkistler.com. I gotta pull it in right there. I like my fancy graphics. And look at what I'm doing. I'm putting texture. See this? I'm curving these feathers around. Isn't that fun?
Yes.
And now I'm going to put the eyes. Now, when I draw the eyes, I put a little reflection in the eyes. See that?
Yeah.
That little reflection. That's I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to have the light identified coming from that direction, and also that little highlight, that little reflection helps uh, determine the direction your character's looking. And it also just looks really, really cool. So,
Yeah.
all right. So now let's draw these contour lines. See this curve? Curve
Oh,
the toucan. See that curve them. These are really important. These curved lines here. See that?
yeah.
Curve them. And you have your colors. You can color these if you want.
Okay.
What I did is I used just the pencil graphite to make it look like it was red and green and yellow. I just did different values. Now what I'm going to do is back behind here. Watch, I'm going to put this a light value. I'm going to shade it. Put
Okay.
a light value back behind there. All right, and then I'm going to take I'm going to shade underneath here. And this is wonderful. All right, this is a good start. This is a wonderful, wonderful start. I'm so sorry. I have to go.
But you
But
know what? The
I'm going to
cool
leave
thing
you with
is,
that image. Is what I want you to do is I want you to shade. See this? I want you to shade back here, underneath the branch, and you'll have a beautiful drawing. You can go to my website, Draw3D, and check out. I have these lessons in Draw3D and my live recordings. Go to my website if you want more information about my family summer art camps. Okay, it's going to be
so
really,
cool.
really fun.
Mark, this has been lots of fun, and thank you so much for being here and for sharing your work. I'm gonna finish mine so I can show you what I did so far.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. I love it. All right, well, check out maybe you and your kids can take my virtual summer art camp. Go to my website, and we'd love to have you guys. Just sign up right there on my website. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Jeff Roberts. I want to thank Jeff for coordinating this from my HQ. He's my media guy. And thank you, Jeff. He's out there in Toronto, Canada. I'm waving to him. All right, guys. Thank you, Tracy. Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Keep drawing every day. Stay creative.